Well, a warm welcome to Medway Sports Park from George Riley. We're live on Our League and on Twitch this afternoon for a wheelchair rugby league doubleheader. On the way, the Super League Grand Final later on, Leeds Halifax first and foremost. Bradford Bulls against Hull FC. Live here from Medway Sports Park. And I'm looking forward to this, as Bradford Bulls make their entrance into the arena. And each individual player announced to the crowd. So there is the Bradford Bulls side. Sam Stebbings, James Parkin, Kieran Johnson, Jack Hall, Rhett Johnson, Stuart Walker and George Hurd, James Hall, Glenn Parkin and Richard Johnson. Hull FC line up like this: Billy Swanger, Ash Baker, Nathan Sherwood, Mike Midgley, Tristan Norfolk, David Gill and Mike Swanger. And here come Hull FC as they enjoy their introduction ahead of this championship grand final. So a wheelchair rugby league doubleheader at the home of England Rugby League here at Medway Sports Park. And England head coach Mark Ruffsedge and Tom Coyd will be guiding me through as we pause. First of all, for our minute silence in memory of Scott Stevenson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Wheelchair Championship Grand Final 2019 between Bradford Bulls and Hull FC. Let's get this game on. The use of the toss is that Hull have won the toss and Bradford will kick off here this evening. So there we go. Hull win the toss. And we're just about ready to go in the Wheelchair Championship Grand Final. Mark and Tom, good afternoon to you both. Good to see you. Mark, my first taste of this, what should I and our viewers on Our League expect?
I think you're going to see some exciting action throughout the two games. We try and keep Wheelchair Rugby League as close to the running game as possible. So you'll see the tackles being the tags on the shoulders, the play the ball, touching on the floor to pass backwards. So it's as similar to Rugby League as you're going to get, but in a wheelchair.
And Tom, this matchup, first of all, we're going to see Leeds and Halifax later on in the Super League Grand Final.
where are the balances? Where's the balance of power between Bradford and Hull FC?
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wheelchair Rugby League. If it's your first time, I think I'm right in saying this is a really, really well-balanced matchup, and it could go either way. Both teams have had a good season. Hull FC got to the Challenge Cup final earlier on this year and were beaten by Gravesend, so Bradford will be looking to knock them off their perch, and it should be a really close, tight game.
Well, let's hope you're right. We've been blessed on our league at every level of rugby league that we've broadcast this season with some compelling action. And let's hope that this doesn't disappoint. It'll be Bradford to get us underway. And there's an early insight into some of the impact that we're going to experience this afternoon. Hull FC with the first carry. The tackle, of course, complete by the tag being disposed of, and Hull making the first drive up the middle. Mike Midgley. And now Hull break down the left-hand side. First opportunity for Hull FC. Tackle complete. And Bradford get the turnover. Mark, what do you make of that first set from Hull?
Yeah, great first set, making lots of metres up the field. They'll be a little bit disappointed at how they finished the set, but it's not a bad place to finish. They're going to try and pin them in now and try and force a mistake and get the ball back in the right part of the field.
They'll play the ball and an early kick forward to try and turn the Hull FC defence around. Wise to it though, Nathan Sherwood. And another big impact on the far side as Midgley seeing a lot of the ball.
Making lots of metres here with the carrying of the ball, Hull. Really getting on the front foot.
And another early kick to turn Bradford around. How is the Hull chase? I think the ball's going to go dead in goal, and it does. So it'll be a restart. How much of a factor, Tom and Mark, is that the early kick compared to the rugby league? A lot of our viewers will be more used to watching. We've seen already early on it's been employed a couple of times.
Yeah, the early kick's a great tactic. It's quite easy to get from one end to the other on this size of field. In 5 tackles, you'll see most teams will get into the good ball area, as running game would call it. What they can sometimes struggle to do is break down that defensive line, as the width of the pitch doesn't allow for too much space. So oftentimes the early kick will be resorted to just to gain that territory in a early set.
So you see there's a penalty to Hull for pulling on the chair.
And the first score of the Championship Grand Final. It's Tristan Norfolk in the corner. And Hull FC are on the board. So 4 points to try, 4 points to nil with the kick to come out wide. You can see the kicking tee. And it's through. How tough a skill is that, Mark? that punch kick in wheelchair rugby league.
Yeah, you've got to be pretty skillful to pull that off. It's a pretty difficult skill, but lots of practice from all the players. It's a pretty difficult skill to skew, and it hurts when you get it wrong.
So the 4 is converted from out wide, so 6-0. The Hull FC lead early. Now with 5 minutes on the board, Bradford restart with a 6-point deficit. They're going to have to get the ball back on the tee. Crowd still gradually making their way in. Expecting a decent showing for the Super League Grand Final later on. A match, of course, you can follow with us on Our League, the official app for the Rugby Football League. It's a low restart this time, and the bouncing ball just about regathered. And Bradford look to find a way to respond to the early concession.
So Bradford will be looking to apply some pressure here to get the ball back in the right area of the field.
You'll see there, George, an excellent take from the Hull FC captain, Mikey Swanger, who's got one arm and one leg and actually pushes by using his foot under the chair.
I mean, these are phenomenal athletes. Absolutely unreal. It's both the physical athleticism and power to break the line, and the chase is on. That's a great tackle. Brilliant recovery defence. It was a flat sprint to the line.
Yeah, Kieran Johnson there with the try saver.
But the danger's still there, just like that. It's goal line defence. But that looked like it was going to be a try all the way, didn't it? Great recovery. So 6-0, and Hull FC attacking once again. Big impact, no tackle complete. Yes, it is now. So the play of the ball, just the ball on the floor, and then the quick play of the ball. And there is the try scorer looking for another one down the left-hand side. No way through this time.
So we're going to end this set.
But the offload, and can he get the ball down on the far side? He can. It's try number 2 for Hull FC. And finally it is awarded. So the second of the game, Mike Swanger with that one. It was all about the break, and they powered over on the left-hand side. 2 tries, both down the left-hand side so far. How about this one? I think that's been pushed wide. It has. Touch judges will tell us that. So 2 tries, 10 points to 0. But they're looking down that left side early. Both scores coming down that side. And again, it's the low, bobbly restart. That could cause a few problems, and they have to defuse it behind the post.
Fantastic kickoff.
Yeah, perfectly judged, perfectly weighted.
This will be a nice treat.
Out.
Sorry, George, this will be a nice treat for the viewers now who see a wheelchair rugby league dropout using the fist.
But all manner of spin on that as well. It is Bradford who regained another big collision. And the tackle complete on James Parkin.
It's the first time Bradford have had decent possession in the right part of the field.
Yeah, opportunity. First real opportunity, you're right, for Bradford to attack the line.
Stuart Walker shows the dummy.
Now, can they get the ball away before the tackle? No tackle complete. I think tackled both sides there. 2 for 1.
Just to make sure.
Elusive darting play, but going back away from the line.
Almost a handoff there from Kieran.
No way through for Kieran Johnson, but he gets it back in the corner. He scores. Lovely reverse play, and Bradford are on the ball.
Stuart Walker, a veteran of the game there, rolling back the years with a reverse kick. Takes the ball to the right. Sees the space on the left there for Kieran. Great score.
So just in from the touchline. You've got a decent look on our camera there, the angle of this. This to add another 2. No mistake at all. So Bradford on the board. All came from that restart that turned Hull FC around. And Bradford will be bringing a sigh of relief. Game very much on. You called it, Tom. You said this would be tight. They're certainly the early signs.
Yeah, we've been great with an excellent start to the game. We've had a winger's try in the corner and that fantastic reverse kick. Just an example of the different types of plays that the guys can come up with here that will look very similar to the running game.
A little short dab. Oh, and a handling error from Bradford when he got there, but unable to gather the ball in was George Hurd.
Yeah, Bradford will be Hull will be disappointed with that after scoring their try there. They want to complete that set.
It's another try saver from Kieran Johnson.
They've looked good attacking the line. Oh, and they're going for the kick. That's not going to stay in play. It's out on the full. But again, eager to try stuff. Little floated kick. Just got it wrong this time. But plenty of confidence there.
I'd say, George, one of the key differences between wheelchair and running game is that you spend quite a lot of time in your opponent's end zone because it's easy to move down the pitch, and they're not so obsessed with the territory battle. It's less of a completion game and more about taking as many shots as you can, sort of like a basketball type view.
And now it's a race on. The kick over the top. I think Bradford are going to win this chase. Ball bounces kindly. It's gathered up brilliantly. And the balls are in for another one. It's Kieran Johnson once again. It just popped up perfectly, didn't it? Put down gleefully underneath the sticks.
Really busy, isn't he, Kieran?
Yeah, Bradford finding their groove early with kicks, both on the kick-off and the chip and chase there. They know how to play this pitch better than Hull FC at the minute.
First lead for the Bradford Bulls. And all the points coming from Kieran Johnson. How do the score lines compare? I'm guessing from from the early signs that they're slightly higher.
Yeah, I think obviously the pitches are shorter, so you you'll see scores racked up to about 60, which is probably the equivalent of about 30 in the running game. So you'll see lots of scoring, lots of action.
That's another useful kick over the top, not this time.
Yeah, that one's found its way dead, so we're going to carry on with an 8-metre restart, just like you would in the running game with a 20-metre tap.
So the tap of the play, and over the top they go again. And it's the same chase, and is it the same man for an early hat-trick? Yes, it is. Well, it worked last time, why not try it again? They can't catch him at the moment. 3 early scores for Kieran Johnson, and 2 of them back-to-back over the top. Well, if they didn't know what to expect to the back, LFC they do now.
Yeah, I think Bradford have found their pet play, and Hill FC will be behind the sticks at the minute, talking to each other, figuring out how to stop that. In Wheelchair, we don't tend to play with a fullback, we just have 5 in the front line, so Hull FC will be talking about how they're going to deal with that kick moving forward, because it's being very effective for Bradford at the moment.
Right in front of the sticks again. Well, he tried to miss it. 18 unanswered points. Very well anticipated and met with traffic. That's another loose one though from Bradford. Did that go forward? No play on. Tags flying everywhere at the moment.
Bradford might have got away with one there.
Well, there was certainly a hand, wasn't there?
Let's see if the kick comes again.
Yeah, well, it's worked the last 2 times. This time on the charge, so hard to stop. Great offload as well. And a big impact. Tackle complete on George Hurd.
The numbers here on the right.
Here he goes again. Oh, he's lost it this time. And that will be brought back. Well, it seemed like they'd found a way through, and then the ball just popped out.
Yeah, Johnson will be gutted there. A lovely round the corner offload, and then he comes up with the spillage.
Approaching the midway point of the first half. We're live this afternoon on our league from the Rugby Football League and streaming via Twitch. George Ridey with the England head coach, Mark Ruffsedge and his number 2, Tom Coyne, enjoying this Wheelchair Rugby League double-header with the Super League Grand Final still to come. All conquering Leeds Rhinos looking for the final piece in that particular jigsaw up against Halifax this afternoon, and we'll be bringing you that live as well from 7 o'clock this evening. Here it's quite a contest. Hull had the start, but it's been all Bradford, last 10 minutes or so, with those 18 unanswered points. Reverse offload out the back. Mind you, the tackle not complete until one of those tags is removed.
So you'll see their arm up in the air is preventing them from getting the tag, so we'll call that a surrender. So that's the equivalent in this game of a surrender tackle in the running game.
And there's the spill. And this time they do manage to get the hand on Kieran Johnson. But he's immediately back in play. Little offload goes to ground. Clean pick up in the end. But then the turnover. A chance for Hull FC to mount something down this near side. Big hit from George Hurd. You can hear the officials shouting 0. Oh, they're keeping the ball moving right to left. There were options on the left if they could get it away. Not this time for Billy Swanger.
Here we go.
But perhaps now, if he goes back on the inside, puts the kick in. Got a very odd bounce. And it's no try. Well, was that the right option, I wonder? Some mechanical refits going on this near side for Bradford. In the
Turns the
meantime,
ball
here
in.
come Hull to score. Straight down the middle.
Is he giving it?
The referee was on this near side sorting out a wheelchair problem. Trots back over and awards the try. It's Billy Slanger.
Yeah, Bradford will be gutted there. The momentum's been with them for 10 minutes, and they just coughed up position, playing a bit too ambitious in their own half, and Hull FC are taking advantage.
So this to bring it back to a 2-point game, no mistake. Good contest this, 18-16. Midway point of this first half. The running repairs continue on this near side. The Bradford Bulls bench. Will we see the low drilled restart once more? Certainly very effective last time. What will he come up this time? Just a little pop down the middle, almost came back off the upright, but it will just go dead in goal.
So you'll notice a difference there, where in the running game that'll be a dropout. That's a tap to the receiving team. All looking to build on that score.
Very heavily involved, Tristan Norfolk in the middle of this Hull FC side. Fifth and last is the shout. So Hull will just dab one over the top, and actually it's turned Bradford around. This could prove dangerous. Has he got too much on it? No.
To give a dropout?
It's going to be a dropout, so just perfectly weighted in the end. I thought that might be a little bit too strong.
Fantastic chase there from Hull to force the repeat set.
So here comes the dropout. It's a slice dropout over to the far side. It's going to find touch.
So again, that's Hull FC ball.
So an opportunity for Hull to get the lead back here. A couple of big impacts down the middle. Midgley keeps the ball moving.
Got the numbers on the left here, Hull.
Swings with a quick restart. Another big hit.
Great tackle, flying up off the line, Johnson from Bradford.
He's having a good game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely putting his mark on this first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, really big contribution. Hull sense a score though, and they go right for the line.
Tag first.
But the tag came off just before he planted the ball down.
Going down this left side again,
Big
they've got the
goal.
numbers.
Official right on the money. Last tackle signalled, and they play a reverse play here. And that will be the turnover. You can see he's angry. Tristan Norfolk.
Bradford working out whose carry it is. Hull FC will be hoping to pin them here, and if they do manage to pin them, Bradford will be looking for that kick, and here it comes.
Here they go early once again. Oh, he just gets so much pace up, Kieran Johnson, but this time his
kicked it on.
His path was just blocked. You could see him. The pace he has is incredible, but he was blocked off that time. Couldn't get himself through.
Yeah, they come in all different shapes and sizes, our wheelchair players here, and Johnson for Bradford is definitely one of the more athletic players on the pitch. You can just tell by the way that he moves in his chair, he's got full control of it, and he knows where he wants it to go, and he can do it on a dime.
Oh, good pickup. Here he is again. The danger man, no question about that. Having a big grand final. And he's still going and gets the offload away. Not quite though. Down that far side for James Parkin. Not only do you have to be so physically fit to play this, you need to know how to do the mechanics and the running repairs. I couldn't even change a tyre on my bike. Here's you know who with a little step and then the offload down the far side. Tackle had already been complete. Attack ripped off, so Johnson gets us back underway and feels heard. Attacking the post.
Looking to set the left side here.
18-16 is the Bulls lead, looking to extend that. There are options left and right, back inside. What a try that could be. No. This time it's denied.
Doesn't seem to be tiring Kieran, does he?
No, there's plenty left in that tank by the look of it. That's on the last, so it's a dab down the far side. That'll run into touch. There he is again.
You'll notice Mike Midgley just dropping slightly off the line here for Hull, anticipating that kick. So they come to that channel.
There's that kick again. Billy Swanger cleans it up nicely with the one-handed take.
Beautifully timed ball out the back on the far side. Can he get the ball back inside? No. He's going to have to hold up and wait for support. But the danger's still there. LFC looking to get the lead back in a topsy-turvy contest.
On the outside.
Great off, what a try that is. Beautiful ball movement. And they're in the corner. Sherwood to get the ball down.
Beautifully worked there by Hull. That quick play the ball, just sucking all the Bradford players in there to free the space up on the outside.
Yeah, and it all started with that offload at about halfway through.
There's two defenders tied up. That long ball, it sucks in.
That was the pass, still needed to be caught as well.
Definitely.
Slightly behind him.
Just gets in that hole between 4 and 5 there, freeing the space up on the outside.
Try the match from Hull FC. Back in the lead by 2 with this to come. That's not going to trouble the scorers. Hooked wide. Some contest this, with 11 and a half to go until half time.
Yeah, two different styles going on here. Bradford just looking to hammer the ball down the field and chase it with the speed of Johnson, and Hull FC liking to move the ball through the hands with that nice offload game they've got.
Leeds Halifax on the way later on this evening. The grand final, the Super League grand final. Wheelchair Rugby League. It's Hull FC who lead the Championship grand final by 2. 20 points to 18, they have the ball back. The Bulls' restarts have caused problems so far, that one didn't. And it's play on, up the middle they go. Having a purple patch here, Hull FC. Almost got the offload away. Did Tristan Norfolk. Tackle just complete in time. Mike Midgley.
Just going to look to reset here, Hull. Turns the ball back on the inside.
Yeah, lovely reverse play. Bradford blocked that one off. Last tackle. So will they put the ball in the air? Yes, they do. How's the bounce? Not kind.
He's looking to kick there, Stuart.
And there he goes. Johnson stopped in his tracks. Jack Hall with the play.
Penalty awarded to Hull FC there, and that happens if you play the ball without putting your tag back on properly. So once your tag's been taken, you have to put it back on its pad before you play the ball.
Another huge collision, head on. No escaping that one. That's a loose offload. That's going to go into touch on this near side. Nothing you can do when you know a head-on's coming. You just got to brace yourself, haven't you? And these are big collisions, make no mistake. Another early one, over the top from Johnson. It's coming back as well. But gleefully into a Hull FC hand. This time the tags are back on, and up the middle they go.
Seem to be dealing with the kicks a lot better, Hull FC.
Yeah, clearly something wasn't right, was it? But I suppose when you've been done, what, 3 times in a row. Now then, the chase is on, it's drilled low. Is the bounce going to be picked up? It is, but the tackle is complete and into touch. Well, this was a try saver, and it was a big one. Have a look at this. That's Kieran Johnson literally putting his body on the line.
Yeah, everything in the kitchen sink.
So that's a penalty there to Hull, just because of no attempt to make a tag there. So I guess it's the equivalent of a shoulder charge in the running game.
Yeah.
So you've got to attempt to get the tag.
Yeah, it was all or nothing, wasn't it?
Was he just delaying the inevitable? We'll soon find out.
Here they come, Hull FC. Attacking now down the right hand side, just floating over the top.
Has he got that?
Has he got the ball? He's sent forward. Well, certainly neither of the tags were off, so that would have been awarded. But the referee, right on the money, spotted a forward pass, so I think Bradford have escaped there. They took the hit on the Johnson play, and they've got away with it, the forward pass. 6.5 to go until half time. And again, they go early, looking for the pace of Johnson down the middle, really causing havoc.
Dealt with that well there, Hull.
Yeah, they've really improved in how they're dealing with those early kicks down the middle.
Yeah, it's crunch time in the first half, and we can really see the fatigue setting in both sides now. Bradford's defensive line is all over the place.
Can Hull convert another score? They have a slenderest of leads here. Can they exploit the tiring Bradford defence? It's going to be pushed through, regathered. There's an almighty pile-up.
Be looking for Johnson coming onto the ball at speed here.
Dummy kick there from Stuart Walker.
Down the middle, tackle complete, both sides. This will be the last. So where will they go? Oh, little reverse one.
He's gone in behind.
That could be very, very useful. Picked up and converted. What a beautiful reverse play. And he's put down by James Hall in the left corner.
Let's have a look at this again.
But it was all about the switch from right to left, the reverse ball through. Here we go.
Ties up two defenders there, two slow retreating defenders.
And it was that reverse ball.
What a kick. Straight between two defenders.
Stuart Walker. Is there an extra two? It's Kieran Johnson lining it up on this near side. That's a good run at it as well. That's right down the middle. What a game he's having. 24-20 to the Bulls.
Bradford will be pleased with that. They'll want to take momentum into the half-time break. The last thing you want is to be scored against just before half-time, because it's all you're thinking about for the next 10 minutes.
Shade over 3 to go. Is there another score before the break? Tags and wheels flying everywhere. Here's another look at the try. That was it, just into the corner. Perfectly judged.
Big reward for the effort in the chase there from the two Bradford players.
Yeah, it's James Hall to put the ball down. Crowd starting to get into this one now as well. Another huge hit. 11 on 11 down the middle. Swanger and Hall going toe to toe. And the reverse. Bobble through again. Same play. This time a little bit too strong. Same man, same play. Different result.
Yeah, Bradford not too worried about being predictable anymore. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Yeah, it's worked well for them. And they have a 24-20 lead. Closing moments of the first half. Still time for another score. But you're right, those bodies visibly tiring at the moment. The hits, though, aren't softening at all. Great ball movement, and they switch it all the way over onto the far side. As soon as the gap opened, it was closed, though. just set up again. It's Tristan Norfolk taking the hit and waiting. And they run. Oh, well, that's not quite worked. And Bradford could have a breakaway here. Can he go all the way? I don't think he's going to be caught. Look at that burst of pace, and he won't be caught. Length of the field from George Hurd, and Bradford extend their lead. Saw daylight and didn't look back.
Yeah, not seen much of George Hurd so far this half, but he's popped up and scored a blinder there.
It's a pretty tough score to take, just on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, well, we'll have 10 minutes to think about that. It was one of those, if the tackle was going to be made, it needed making as soon as he gathered possession, because as soon as he put his head down, he was away. And he knew, and Hull knew. It was the take out of the sky. That was the chance. That was the chance for the tag. As soon as that was missed, he was away. So 28-20. Is it going to be a 10-point Bradford lead at half-time? The way this guy's played, you would say probably. Well, commentator's curse. He's pulled it. First conversion missed.
Not sure we'll have time for this kick-off as the clock counts down.
And there's the half-time hooter. 28 points to 20. And it's Bradford who have the half-time lead. Would you say that's a fair reflection on the first 40?
Yeah, I think it is. Bradford have definitely had the most momentum. They've been the most willing to push the ball forward. They're not scared of potentially giving away possession early in their sets, and they just want to get down that end. So that's all they're worried about, and their ambition is paying off for them.
Bradford, the better side, Mark?
Yeah, slightly looked very threatening with that kick. In particular, Stuart Walker, that reverse kick's a great tool, isn't it, for Bradford? I think that's possibly the difference at this moment in time.
These are some of the highlights. That probably, well, there were a couple of, I was going to say probably the score of the half. There were a couple of late rivals to that, but the way they spread that left to right was great. Great finish in the corner from Hull FC. This was the right, get out of my way, I'll take everyone out. He's like, well, you're not going to score, whether you like it or not. Some really, really big hits. This was just before the Bradford score of the reverse knock through, wasn't it? You could see.
See the Hull chairs just turning outwards and kicking against the grain.
But a lovely weighty reverse kick through. Popped up perfectly in the corner and scored in the corner. Here's another angle on that. You called it. Two of the Hull FC defence were tied up in that. Just needed the bounce to be kind, and it was. And this, on the stroke of half-time, is the breakaway try.
I think Mike could be really disappointed with that kick. He needs to go a little bit deeper.
And the defence were not going to catch George Hurd. There we see it again, just, well, it went straight up in the air, didn't it? Popped up. George Hurd said, thank you very much, I'll have that. See if you can catch me.
Yeah, Hull FC found wanting in the pace department there, and I think that's a good example of the difference between the sides at the minute. Bradford just looking more fast and athletic, and that's getting the better of Hull.
Mark and Tom, being involved as you are with England, you had a recent trip to France.
Yeah, so we had, it was very, very tiring, very busy time in France. So we had a two-test series over there for the first time since 2017. So we managed to put 2 great performances together and come away with a win over in Apt, was it? Apt?
Yeah, tiny village in the south of France called Apt. Really sleepy town. But we went over there and took over for a couple of days. We were the first team to ever beat France on home soil, so that was groundbreaking and something that I'll definitely never forget. And that's just part of the process that we're building towards the World Cup in 2021 with.
Well, we can, in fact, during this half-time break, have a little look at what you experienced there.
I think the most important thing about going on tour as a team is you get a chance to kind of get away from your clubs and get away from all the distractions, and then to bond as one unit, and then get used to playing together and going different places together and doing everything together. So it kind of you build a club within a club, you know, and become like Club England, as it were. And you get to go out and play teams that you don't usually get to play. So it kind of tests you against other teams to see how they're doing things as well.
I think we've got something to prove after the last World Cup. France narrowly beating us in the final, so it's there's a couple of changes in their squad, a couple of changes in ours, and I think it's just going to be a really good stepping stone to really knit the team together and put in the process that we want to for that World Cup. I'm more looking for off-the-court things, so I just want to make sure the team's getting on well, we're all working towards the same goals, and we've got a punctual attitude towards everything that we do, and we act professional in everything we do on and off the pitch.
I think this time around we're more prepared. We've done a lot of research. We've watched games to see what style that they're playing, but we hadn't realised quite how relentless the French team are. So going out and playing in France and playing against them the 2 test matches is not only going to show us where we are as a team, but what we need to do in order to be winning that World Cup in 2021.
It means quite a lot to me. It means that, you know, I've reached this level in the competition, and it makes me feel proud to, you know, put this shirt on and go out and represent my country.
For me, it's everything I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. I mean, I grew up supporting Leeds Rhinos. I wanted to go out for there, and ever since then I ain't looked back, and I played for Leeds Rhinos, which is my dream. I played for England, which is my dream, and it means everything to my family as well. It's not just for me personally. It means everything for my family and friends, and I can't explain the feeling when you're out there singing the national anthem. It's just something special that you can never take away, which is something I'm proud of, really.
It means a lot, yeah. I've always wanted to represent my country. I've always liked playing rugby since like a young age, so it means like loads to represent your country.
It's massive getting a chance to represent your country. I never thought I'd go go down the route of going international, and I'm glad that I did, and it's a huge honour. You think about all the people who've won the shirt before you and all the kind of the greats of the game who've won it over time, and it's just to remind you about that. And then when you roll out there in front of French fans, when you're all lined up and you start singing the national anthem, it's just mental, kind of just booming it out. And the first France game we've got over there is my 20th cap, so I'm trying not to make a big deal of it to myself, but inside, like when we win, especially on French soil, it'll make it even special knowing it's my 20th chance to represent England.
Looked like a great experience, didn't it? James Simpson, we will see, of course, in the Super League, the Wheelchair Super League Grand Final, which follows at 7 o'clock start. Leeds Rhinos against Halifax, all conquering Leeds. Can they do it again tonight? We will find out. Bradford leading Hull FC 28 points to 20, half time here in the Championship Grand Final. So as we await the teams for the second half, we can find out a little bit more about one of today's finalists.
Okay, so the story of the club is I had an accident when I was 13 years old. I was hit by a train, but I still always had like a passion to play rugby. It wasn't until a few years later, when I was like in my 30s, that I started to really miss the sport again, and then saw that wheelchair rugby was available. But for me to play it, I'd have to be travelling to like the likes of Leeds or Bradford. And then I thought about the idea of setting up the club in Hull myself. and with the backing from Hull FC, it's literally gone from strength to strength. Yeah, so wheelchair rugby is an inclusive sport, so it don't matter about your ability, disability, and Billy's been with me since day one, pretty much. And it gives us that level playing field that we're playing rugby together, and there's that bond there, and obviously there's that competitiveness against each other as well when we're on the opposite teams, so really good.
It means a lot. I mean, if you told me 8 years ago if I'd be able to play with Dad on the court again, I would have said, not a chance. You know what I mean? It's just great, just United is different, I don't know, it's quite a surreal feeling to be fair. Obviously, my dad's been through a lot, so just to be able to get back on with him, have a laugh with him, even just like win a game with him, you know what I mean? People don't realise how much that actually means until you're in a situation where you can't have a game of rugby like on your dad enough to feel like anyone else can. So obviously, it does mean a lot.
Yeah, can't wait to get started really. The boys have prepared well. I think they're mentally prepared to take on Bradford in the final. It's something we've been aiming for all season, so to get to the grand final it's an achievement, and we just want to go out there and see what we can do now. It'll be a good contest.
Well, that was a little behind-the-scenes look at Hull FC, who are just completing their half-time preparations. Bradford, by the looks of it, are ready to go. This is the latest game that we brought you on Our League. And a reminder, we've featured some of the best action from the Championship and League One in our own unique style. Here's a little taste of what we do.
This is fun, this is exciting, here we go.
Oh, that's a big one.
Boom! Sit there, that's a great shot there.
Through, look at the toes, blistering toes. He's done a lot of that. I'm not sure if that's him being greedy or just poor options left and right.
Deep down he's going to be thinking, bring it on, bring it on.
His legs were a bit too wide apart. Just looked ungainly.
Just looked nervous, it was nervous. It's a coach killer.
It is. You took the words out of my mouth. Well, that's unforgivable, really.
There's definitely a little bit of spice between those two. It could get tasty later, George, who knows?
It's lively, isn't it? Might boil over this, you know.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, if he's running at you, you try and get out of the way. Oh, he's dropped the ball.
Yes.
Why did he do that? Why did he do that?
Oh. Well, if you replay that last 30 seconds, put some Benny Hill music on it.
Yeah.
And there we are. That continues, and we continue here at Medway. Second half underway. Bradford 28, Hull FC 20. The Wheelchair Championship Grand Final 2019. George Riley and England wheelchair head coach Mark Ruffsage bringing this one to you. Thank you to Tom, his number 2, for his work first half. We've well, it was performance related, so he's not hung around for the second half. It was a trial spell for him on commentary. If he did well, we thought we'd give him the second half, but off he goes.
It. Unfortunately, didn't take the feedback that well, so we had to move him on for the second half. But yeah,
off he goes. No, it's great. Great to have him. Well, great to have both of you. It's an education for me. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I knew I would, but it's great to be here.
What have you enjoyed in particular, George?
I just love the collisions. Like the more brutal, the better. As I said on social media, I just love the big impacts. And even though that one was the Kieran Johnson in the corner was illegal, that was probably my moment in the first half. I probably shouldn't say that.
It's like you missed the shoulder charge in the running game, did you?
yeah. I think that should be brought back.
Me too.
I'm jesting, of course, but this has been a great spectacle so far. We've got another 40 minutes of Enix Hull FC going for the corner tackle, complete on the big fella. It's Hull FC attacking early. They've got some ground to make up, not a big impact, double impact.
Yeah, Route 1 doesn't tend to work in the wheelchair game.
He still had to go, Billy Swenger, but there's no way he's getting through then. Norfolk to the line. Tag just came off. Massive gap through the middle, straight to the post. The post almost come down. Wow. What's the decision here going to be from the official? The try is awarded. Well, straight to the post. Just after he said short and direct doesn't always work, he thought, well, I'll show you. Straight to the post, almost took the post out of the ground. And Hull FC are on the board second half.
Thank you, Tristan, for proving me wrong right there. A nice gap opened up there. Just didn't quite get the numbers right under the posts, and we'll take advantage of that. He missed the conversion right in front of the posts.
Oh, wow. Well, they'll be hoping that doesn't prove crucial.
Just see, got the numbers wrong here. Those posts are vacant. You go straight through the hole.
It was actually a much better pass than it looked. He absolutely zipped it out. And it was Swanger to finish under the sticks. Billy Swanger. So 28-24. But those 2 points, well, will that prove key later on? See the Leeds Rhinos team, the all-conquering Leeds team have arrived. You'll see them, I'm sure, in the corner after this restart. They've arrived for their Super League Grand Final. There they are in that far corner by the yellow sign. Home to England.
Dead, is he?
Yeah, it's going to be a dropout.
It's a great kick-off there from Bradford. They should receive possession in a decent part of the field here. From short. No Hull.
It's picked up by Kieran Johnson. He's having a big game. Just bounces back up off the floor. Says, let's get on with this thing. a few dry words for his colleagues, who didn't necessarily come to his assistance too quickly. Thank you, team. He's certainly there. First receiver, here he goes. He wants more points. He's wriggling his way through. Halted in his tracks eventually. Looking for a quick play of the ball, not going to happen. Straight down the middle goes George Hurd, who scored that full-length effort. That's gone to ground, though, off Stuart Walker. So Hull FC will have the ball back. Another huge hit. You can hear the thuds. Big impact. Very quick reverse play, and it's Tristan Norfolk down the middle.
And it was just a slow retreating defence there, just to get on the front foot. Collision again.
Straight at him, but the tag didn't come off, so they had to go back for seconds. It's been really quick, this. It's a lightning quick attack from Hull FC. It's fifth and last, though. So what will they do? The ball's going to have to go in the air. It does. How is the bounce? It's going to bobble and bobble and bobble, and Bradford will have to defuse in goal. And it'll be a dropout. Good option.
You'll be really pleased with that Hull FC. Great set there. As they get possession back with a repeat set. The kicking game's been really strong from the two sides today, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been one of the features of this Championship Grand Final. Quality of the kicking game. Just managed to evade the biggest of that impact, Nathan Sherwood. To ground again, the centre of the court. There he goes once more. Just says, all right, you tackle me, we'll set up again. And that's what they do, one-handed tape. Looking to evade successfully, and the offload away. Can Norfolk get away now? No, he's just cut off. Well, it's been a good start to this second half from Hull FC. As they started the first impact, now then surely there's options on this near side. Go on your own. He does go on his own, and he converts on his own. And the try is awarded to Nathan Sherwood. He had a 2-on-1, didn't need to pass. And Hull FC are level.
Move the ball left here. Gets in between that gap.
That's Nathan Sherwood's second of this Championship Grand Final.
Just great work from
It's another miss though.
Tristan Norfolk. As he just misses the kick, so you can see he holds his width there, just pulling the defender out, giving enough space on the inside for an arm to go through the gap and score the try. What a game this is.
28 all, but those two missed conversions. Back to back from Hull FC. James Hall's just come off for a breather for Bradford. We're live from Medway this afternoon, live on Our League and on Twitch. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of this wheelchair Rugby League Championship Grand Final, with the Super League Grand Final to come. Leeds Rhinos against Halifax. Short restart.
For the short restart there.
That's a really good pickup and a big collision.
They'll be happy taking the ball up from here. Hull, some free field position here.
Yeah, they have all the momentum at the moment, don't they? 28-20 at half time. Level and should really be ahead, having missed a conversion right in front of the sticks. And they play with real confidence, and they're getting a real territorial advantage too. Here's the big fella Norfolk up the middle. Great change of pace and direction. Oh, hello! What a try this could be. He's not over, is he? If he has scored, this is the score of the grand final.
Steve Abel just consulting with Matt
checking
Ball.
with
This
both.
might be a dive, this.
What's he going to say here? This is a big call. Great change of direction, left to right, left to right. No try.
It's a dive, so we can't be diving in wheelchair rugby league. So that'll be a Bradford penalty. I think they'll be relieved getting possession back here, George, just to work it out.
Yeah, they haven't had much of a feel of the football this second half. About 9 minutes of it, and it's been all about the black and whites from Hull FC. Can Bradford stem the flow of this second half? Big hit from big Tristan Norfolk, and a bit of afters as well.
He's not happy, Rhett, is he?
No, he isn't.
There you go, raffled.
A few verbals. Keep your eye on that one, I would say. Rhett Johnson.
Bit of biff.
And Tristan Norfolk going at it.
Collision there, he's spilled possession.
Oh, this is getting lively.
Tasty.
Oh. Everyone getting involved now. Why not? It's on a knife edge. Half an hour, 28 apiece. Bradford and Hull FC. It can only be one champion. Does that go backwards or forward? He's saying it went forwards. There's a definite spark now, isn't there? Straight at it.
Collisions are getting bigger, aren't they?
Midgley and Johnson.
So there'll be lots of gaps appearing here as individuals shoot out of the
Sherwood's
line.
on a hat-trick. Oh, and another big hit right under the post. Reverse play. Sherwood, ball's come back. If Bradford could get away here. Great scrambling defence from Norfolk. What a game.
Looking just to feel the way back into this this half, Bradford. Been a bit erratic for them.
Yeah. Stuart Walker just keeping hold of the football, so let's calm things down, guys. Rhett going down the middle. And Johnson is looking to win the chase. Can he pick up here?
Oh, great tackle.
Oh, what a tackle. That was a try saver.
He's had a few today, hasn't he, Mike Midgley?
Well, the timing of that, he had to wait for him to collect. Ripped it off almost instantaneously. Rhett Johnson down the middle. Has he calmed down yet?
Still looks angry, doesn't he?
He does still look angry. Stuart Walker. Bradford attacking for the first time in the second half. Their 8-point lead has gone, but they're attacking. As Rhett Johnson goes from right to left, he's ignored. And it's well, surely he's going to be offside, but can he get the ball down, Johnson? Well, he would have had to be offside, wouldn't he?
A restart.
A few arguments going on in back play between the Bradford players.
It's definitely getting heated.
Stuart Walker and Kieran Johnson. having a bit of verbals with each other.
See, both teams are starting to drop a player there just to cover that early kick and try and nullify that threat. See Stewart just backing off that line, meaning there's lots of space in that front line of 4.
Now then,
and they're taking advantage of that.
That's a lovely little floated pass. Well, George Hurd went for everything there.
Talk about body on the line.
Wow. Can Norfolk get a quick play of the ball? He can. What's the referee doing here? He's saying come back. This is brilliant entertainment. 28 all. 28 minutes to decide this Wheelchair Championship Grand Final of 2019. It's Hull FC with possession. They have the only scores of this second half. 2 tries that went unconverted. Quick turn and change of direction from Billy Swanger. Eventually Johnson rips off the tag, and that will be the 5th and the last.
Look, the more composed of the 2 sides at the minute, don't they, Hull?
And they go for the reverse, but he's read that really well. That's Stuart Walker. Here's the danger man. Oh, he's offloaded. Brett Johnson now, then gap starting to open up down the far side. What a take that is! Hurd straightens up, realises he's got no one with him. Brilliant take though. And the play of the ball with options left and right. Brett Johnson. Now then, Kieran Johnson, can he go all the way through? No, just stopped in his tracks. But there's danger. Brett Johnson, great ball out the back. It's a one-on-one, and it had to be a tackle from Tristan Norfolk, and he makes it. Last tackle, Bradford. What they got up the sleeve? Is that a drop goal attempt?
It's an indication of how close this game is.
Drop goal with 26 and a half to go.
It's ultimate respect to the defence, that, isn't it? They retain possession though.
Yeah.
And then look to move it
Johnson,
wide.
oh, brilliant offload to Hurd in the corner.
Look at that.
That's a terrific score from Bradford. Kieran Johnson looked to go on his own, looped it over the top, and George Hurd gets another score. His second of the match, and Bradford have the lead back.
Just see Brett Johnson creates a 3v2 on the outside. Just sucks the winger in with a great ball over the top.
That is terrific skill.
It's a big score for Bradford.
Is it worth 6? No, off the upright. He's annoyed with himself. Kieran Johnson. But it's game on. They just started to look more like themselves from the first half, Bradford. That was a really slick finish, wasn't it? Took the big impact and looped the ball over into the corner. There we go again. Look at that impact. Wow. That's a great try.
Yeah, they surprised Hull as well as us too with regards to that drop goal. Oh, it's back off the chair.
Yeah, it's really turned Hull around this.
Ball played the chair, the referee's calling.
Yeah, I think that's right. Nothing they could have done about that.
Just overran the ball there.
24 minutes to go.
How impressive is a Mike Swanger in full action?
Yeah. Oh, an early one. Now then, who's going to win this chase? It will be Bradford into touch.
Just carried it out.
Nowhere to go. Didn't have a great deal of options there. Jack Hall. Won the chase, but there was no coming back from that. So opportunity for Tristan Norfolk to set something up for Hull FC. Straight down the middle, direct they go.
Through.
Mike's wager.
Defenders up. We've got numbers here
Norfolk
on the right.
wants it on the charge, they
ball.
bypass him, they've got options over on the far side, it has to be a score for Hull
That's a
FC.
close one. I'm not sure he's going to give that.
Well, the referee was over on this near side, so he's going to have to consult with his touch judge to see if Nathan Sherwood has got the ball down.
Does he give it?
And he has. Well, that's a hat-trick for Nathan Sherwood.
See this quick play, the ball here just gets a slow retreat. There's two players queuing up to score that try there. Great ball movement there from Hull FC.
That's 32 points all, so ignore that. We've got the score a little bit wrong on the top corner. 32 apiece. With this, I think it's gone wide again. That's the last three missed. Okay, that was difficult. But Hull FC have got the more tries on the board. The last three conversions have been missed. 32 points apiece. Approaching the final quarter of the game. We're live at Medwake Park, the home of England Wheelchair Rugby League. A short restart. Who's won it? Well, it's gone. I think that's come off Bradford. Into touch on the near side.
He's given a tag there. The number one referee, Steve Abel.
Right.
So you'll notice there, George, there's two referees in Wheelchair Rugby League. The lead referee on the near side, Steve Abel, will be looking at the ruck to play the ball, and Matt Ball at the top will be taking the defensive line back.
Here come Bradford. Out the back door. Good scrambling defence. Hull FC, but Bradford looking dangerous every time they get close to the line. The tag's off. They're claiming a try. Is Stuart Walker.
So they'll look to reset.
Well, looking to drive right at the line on this near side.
Forced an error there by getting his chair in front.
I'm sure that was the wisest option.
It's an example of Route 1 not working.
We've seen examples of it working and not working. Well, 32 points all. Couldn't wish for it to be better balanced. And Hull FC away.
Ball.
What a great ball. Delayed. Back inside. Tackle complete. Tagged on the right shoulder. Really quick play of the ball though. Sherwood on the far side. Looking to get past George Hurd. He can't. So they reset. Such skill for the change of direction. Johnson with a tackle. Again, quick play of the ball.
Scramble mode.
Oh, and he had to go for it. So they'll get another crack at this. Hull FC.
It's not a bad place to be starting your set.
Tristan Norfolk just sets up the field position.
Stuart offside. Yep.
Yeah. Good spot. Oh, back inside. They're going to walk in under the sticks.
It's them posts again. Did he give it?
Billy Swanger under the post. Try awarded. And the lead swings back to Hull FC. This one does go over from right in front. So 32-38 at the business end of this Championship Grand Final.
Same possession, Bradford with a short kick-off. Short kick-off working for him on this occasion.
That's great, elusive play. Kieran Johnson.
It's a penalty there, a bit of afters there from the big fella.
Yeah. He's having words with the official saying it wasn't. I don't often see those decisions reversed. The best to keep it zipped, really. Great chance for Bradford to hit straight back, though. Runners left and right. Oh, great pace from Johnson towards the post, but the tag is removed just as he was in full throw.
Coming down the short side here.
Yeah, straight into traffic though, wasn't he? Jack Hall, no way through at all. Oh, great offload. Can Johnson get down this time? No. Had to be made, that tackle.
Took one in the chops there for his efforts.
Back inside. Stuart Walker, what will he set up this time? Gives it to Rhett Johnson. Over to the far side, but again, absolutely nothing that Jack Hall can do. Just catches it and waits for the tackle. Oh, and it's a really loose play of the ball as well. What would George Hurd do? Does he know it's the last? I'm not sure he did. Just pause until the tackle. Oh, still anyone's final. 17 minutes to go.
No one's there! Watch the ball! Yes, Red line!
Sherwood. Again, bodies flying everywhere. Do we have an injury here? Pause in play. Stuart Walker, the man down. I think it was just a difficult fall to bounce up from. I think he's all right. Yeah, he's up and he's okay. He won't be going anywhere, he'll be playing on. Make no mistake about that.
Just takes a bit of deep breath.
I think that's actually how I think everyone needed a 10-15 seconds or so break there, didn't they?
It's been pretty fast
Oh, and
paced.
an early kick through into touch this time.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that, won't he? Needed to go a little bit deeper there just to allow for a challenge.
Normally, Mark, around about the 74-minute mark, we will have my guest commentator selecting an Our League man of the match, so just to forewarn you of that. You've got about 10 minutes to come up with your selection. Or as I always say when I'm working with someone for the first time, you could just do what Andrew Henderson does and list every single player on the team sheet, and you can't get it wrong.
It's not a bad fallback if I'm really struggling.
Break down the far side. We got into touch there. The fitness in these guys is something else, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no noticeable drop in pace, is there, from minute one?
If anything, some of them are picking it back up again. Especially
Including
this fellow
fella.
who's had a great game. Penalty. High shot.
Don't see many of them in there.
Oh, it's kicking off as well. A few verbals between Billy Swanger and Kieran Johnson. I don't think they were asking each other where they were having a pint later. Well, it might be.
Yeah. Maybe who's round?
So the referee is conferring here. And they're both going to be called in, I think, the two perpetrators of this particular offence. Leave it out, guys. We've all had a nice day out. There we go, handshake, get on with it. 15 minutes to go. I'd say they probably will have another crack at each other. We'll see. It was a high shot anyway, the original decision. So into touch on the far side they go. Opportunity for Bradford. trailing by 6, a converted score, same points as any other rugby league game. In the wheelchair game, the 4+2, all 1 for a drop goal, which we saw an attempt at least. Where's that going? Oh, if he picked that up, that could have been interesting. Well, there's about 6 knock-ons in there.
And then a look pass there from Rhett Johnson. Bit of a basketball pass, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I do think it sometimes work better if you do look.
Yeah, as a general rule.
Oh, pick a winner.
Carry from Billy Swanger.
Scores can change very, very quickly in this game. It's actually been quite a low-scoring second half, hasn't it?
Yes,
28,
absolutely.
20 at the break.
For wheelchair rugby league, definitely. It's been very tight. Defences have been on top.
Nathan Sherwood, 3 tries today.
There's the kick.
Kick through. It's gobbled up though.
Really good chase there from Hull. They look to force an error here now with their defensive line.
"13 minutes of this one left. A rounder will be back on air just before 7 o'clock for the wheelchair Super League Grand Final between Leeds Rhinos and Halifax. Looking forward to that.
It's going to be an exciting game as Stuart Walker
drills one through. That's going to pop up just in front of the post, I think, by the look of it. Oh, he's made a bit of a mess of that.
He's fumbled
Twice and has to scoop it away. Well, there didn't seem that much danger. Surely there was time for the clean pickup, but you could obviously hear the cavalry arriving.
There was some great chase there from Bradford that forced that error. Popped up nicely, didn't it, in the in goal. Here comes the Bradford Bulls. 3 of them in the frame there, just putting pressure on Mike. Yeah, going back to the Super League Grand Final, I think it's going to be an excellent game. Lots of England internationals on show. It'll be a tough one to call.
So a drop out. Oh, it's a massive drop out.
Nice kick off.
But a favourable bounce for Hurd. And then he just waits for the impact and sets up Johnson, who had this blistering start to the game. Penalty.
Not square.
Not square to play the ball. First one of those we've seen, I think, today.
You don't see many of them in wheelchair rugby league.
It's just a stoppage in back play. It's Stuart Walker out of his chair again. He's doing his best to get out of that chair, isn't he? Last 10 minutes. I think he's all right.
He's desperate
there
for a breather. Get his breath back. All the hard work he's done this game.
Yeah, he's had a great shift, really has. As is this guy with the ball in his hand, Kieran Johnson, the captain, leading Bradford from the front. He's desperate not to be on the losing side today. He is at the moment. It's only 1 converted score, 32-38. The inside ball to Rhett Johnson. Walker's back in his chair. Takes the hit. He's got Rhett Johnson waiting again at first receiver. Here he is, to his namesake. Oh, what a big hit. Great tackle, Mike Swanger. It's going to be Kieran Johnson to Rhett Johnson again. Back it comes, and a knock-on. Mistake. Handling error, Jack Hall.
Just under 9 minutes left.
Referee says no advantage. He was right. Oh, that's great from Tritton Norfolk. Now then, can they get away down that far side? The chase is on. Realise he's going down the cul-de-sac, tosses it back, and that's a loose one. And Tristan Norfolk, I don't know if you could see, was absolutely fuming at that choice. The Wheelchair Championship Grand Final hangs in the balance. 6 points in it. 8 minutes to go. Bradford on the attack. Rhett Johnson, here he is. Gets the ball away to Hall, keeps to a tone for that handling error in defence to him. It was a really tough pick-up. The pass was loose, and here come Bradford. Johnson was through, but the tag was removed already. Walker, oh, he didn't see the impact. He was looking at the pass with Stuart Walker. He certainly would have felt it. Great reverse play. What a try that is.
I think he's been tackled.
Tag. No, he's just denied. That was a brilliant reverse play for the two Johnson boys. But the tag came off just as he planted it down. Last tackle. Walker, great reverse play. And the ball, quick ball movement, it's gone forward. It has gone forward and the try is ruled out.
A bit of relief there for
Lightning quick hands. But the referee saw a forward pass. He was right on the money.
Been really working his right hand side, haven't they? Been making him work hard. See the Hull FC winger really keen to come in there and put pressure on the ball carrier. Plenty of opportunity down this right hand side, I think, for Bradford if they continue to work down there.
Well, the next score now is absolutely vital. Hull FC leading by 6. Low scoring in Wheelchair Rugby League. That's a loose one. Great pick up round the ankles. Blimey, that was careless. But it was a terrific pick up. Well, that's gone to ground. And that's an opportunity now for Bradford. Puts his hand in the air, does Mike Swanger, saying that was me. Obviously he's got the one-handed pick-up, so very, very tricky. Rhett Johnson going into traffic. Hall.
LFC defence remaining strong.
Well, they're going to have to here. These are crucial moments of this Championship Grand Final with under 8 minutes to go. Johnson is the danger man. He's still going, elusive. Wanted the quick play of the ball. Walker gets the ball away. And again, it's gone to ground. And a knock-on.
Missed opportunities here for Bradford. It's that right-hand side again,
They're
isn't
starting to get a little bit frustrated, Bradford. The match clock showing 74 minutes. The clock in the arena, by the way, which does pause on the stoppages, showing 7.5. So we do have a shade over that match clock that you can see in the top left on our league from the Rugby Football League. It's Hull FC. I'm going to ask you after this play for your Our League man of the match, Mark, so have that ready. As Hull FC, well, defending this lead, and they've been doing a lot of defending the last few minutes, and he's still going. Here's Billy Swanger. Here's the big fellow who's had a big game, Mr. Norfolk. Both tags removed. And a great break down the far side. And Mike Swanger's through, and he's going all the way, and that could be the score that wins the grand final.
Was that put down? Let's have a look at that put down.
It's a brilliant move from Hull FC.
This is a big call here for
a great burst of pace. The try is awarded, and Mike Swanger has carved his way through to extend Hull FC's lead, and that could be the try that puts them over the line in this Wheelchair Championship Grand Final.
Completely against the grain here. All the pressure's been on the Hull defence.
10-point game with this to come. And Bradford headed hands at the moment behind the sticks. This to add on 2 more. No mistake. Bradford 32, Hull FC 44. That's a big moment in this final. And as we await the restart, your Our League man of the match, Mark Ruffsedge, from this Wheelchair Championship Grand Final 2019.
With the temptation to be a bit of an Andrew Henderson on this one. I think the 2 standout performers for Bradford has been Kieran Johnson. He's been all action, really busy from minute 1 right up until this moment. But I think the Hull FC number 8, Tristan Norfolk, gets it for all his hard work and the influence he's had on this Hull FC performance.
Wouldn't disagree with that. The big fella's been everywhere for Hull FC.
He's been working hard, hasn't he?
Norfolk of Hull FC is the Our League man of the match for the Wheelchair Championship Grand Final. And they're not done yet, the Black and Whites. They've taken a giant stride towards the title with that score. And here he is, the man who scored it. Mike Swanger.
Just under 5 minutes left here.
Sherwood dabbing one down the line. That's going to go too far. So Tristan Norfolk, the Owl League man of the match, and Hull FC look like they're going to be lifting the trophy here.
See Mike Swanger here just dropping back the Hull FC number 11, just covering that kick just to get a head start. Oh, has he dropped that? How's he picked that up?
Oh, he has.
Just dropped it.
He has. Well, Bradford need to score now. Walker with a restart, Rhett Johnson. Oh, that's loose, through the hands. George Hurd goes back, but look where they are now.
Look at the energy in the Hull FC chase.
Yeah, they can sense they've got this now.
Kieran's going to do as much as he can.
He'll try and do it on his own if he has to. Hurd on the far side. Scored a length of the fielder today. 3.5 to go. They're going to go early. Rhett Johnson down the middle. It's going to bobble, it's going to bobble, and eventually into touch. Off Hull FC, so it's going to be Bradford ball and an opportunity with 3.5 to go. They score now, who knows? Johnson looking to go on his own. Almost through.
Feel they need to score right now, Bradford, don't they?
Yeah, it's now or never time
enough
for
time.
balls. Johnson to Johnson, all the way back through the hands, and it's going to be picked up by Hull FC, and the chase is on.
Hacked it on.
Oh, he's hacked it on. I don't know if he got a call thinking it was his teammate. Well, if he just gobbles that up, that's another minute or so of the game gone.
It's easy to get the two strips mixed up, isn't it? Very similar.
I think he just saw black and white at the corner of his eye, didn't he? Rush of blood, perhaps. Johnson. Is there anything left for Bradford? Looking to go all the way around the far side. No way through. He's into touch, and you can hear Hull FC celebrating.
Mike Swanger there, really smart. Just using the touchline as an extra defender there. Just closing the space to put him in touch.
Last couple of minutes. Hull FC poised to celebrate the Wheelchair Championship Grand Final win.
Probably going to be the slowest set you'll see today. Just trying to wind the clock down there with 2 minutes left here at Medway Park.
Here's the man of the match, Tristan Norfolk.
This is going to be really low risk here from Hull, just looking to run that clock down.
Yeah, just play ever free rugby league, complete the
Oh,
sets,
he's
and he's all the way through.
Here he
Has
is.
he got another one up his sleeve? Tackle complete. And over the top, Oars Hurd put the ball down. He said it's gone backwards, the official.
Just popped up with that. Hull FC ball.
Hull FC ball. Is there a cherry on the cake? 90 seconds to go. To put this final to bed. Norfolk going round on his left side. Here he is. Oh, it just shows him, can he go all the way on his own, man of the match? No.
60 seconds left.
This is the moment for Hull FC. Straight towards the line. Gets the ball down.
Defender under those
Right,
posts.
Ranger, but
You need a defender
here's
under the
Norfolk,
posts.
can he get the ball away? Referee saying you need both tags on, Sunshine. So it's Bradford ball. This is coming towards us,
he
and it
stayed
stayed
in.
in. Who's going to win the chase? Johnson's going to win the chase, you know, here. He's miles clear. This will be a pick-up and score. And is there enough time?
26 on the clock as it's paused here at Medway Park.
Well, he hacked it forward to himself. I think that's too little, too late. But it does demonstrate the never say die attitude of Kieran Johnson, the captain.
How's he got that much energy after all this time?
Well, the pace, you knew he was going to win that chase. Oh, and there's the hoot at no time. Johnson pops it over. It's a 44 points to 38 victory for Hull FC, who celebrate the Wheelchair Championship Grand Final 2019. It's the black and whites, Hull FC, who are the champions. And Bradford, well, disconsolate at the moment. They've come up short. And it's Hull FC who've overturned a 28-20 half-time deficit to run out winners by 44 points to 38. And that was a huge effort from Hull FC, Mark Ruffsedge.
Yeah, very big performance from Hull FC here. They were, I think they were the most composed throughout, even when it got a bit heated. They always looked like the team that went back to the process and played a game of rugby league, didn't they? I think they were really good throughout the game.
We'll stay with you, of course, for the presentation. A reminder, it's the Wheelchair Super League Grand Final that we will be back for in about 20 minutes' time. Leeds Rhinos and Halifax, so I hope you can join us again for that, live from Medway Park, the home of England's Wheelchair Rugby League. Today it's been Hull FC overcoming the Bradford Bulls, and you can tell, look at the players, this hurts Bradford, Mark, this really hurts them.
There's tears in Stuart Walker's eyes there. It just shows you how much it means to the players.
You see Rhett Johnson, he's up out of his chair, he's ripped off the tags, he's throwing them on the deck. This is really going to hurt Bradford. They put so much into this game, they had the lead at half-time. But it just didn't quite click for them, did it, second half? Hull FC had that purple patch. And before they knew it, the game was just getting away from them. A couple of big moments when they attacked the line, didn't quite happen for them.
Yeah, I think they really made Hull FC's defence work, didn't they, particularly in the mid part of that second half. They're really resilient, they were patient, got the ball back in the right parts of the field. I just think they took the chances a lot better, didn't Hull FC? A lot more composed throughout. They found a way to deal with Bradford's kick threat.
Well, you can see that
some fantastic tries scored throughout this game.
Yeah, this was Hull FC turning it round. We're watching in the second half.
Reverse ball there.
Yeah, he didn't deserve to be on the losing side, did he? But big collisions, big hits, big hearts today. And that was the score that really broke it for Hull FC. Mike Swanger, and you can see from the celebration, they knew that was it.
This was the moment, wasn't it? Just goes through the line there. Just too quick.
And look what it means. Look at those celebrations, terrific. But he wasn't done, was he? How about this for a try?
It is some effort, isn't it, in the 80th minute.
Length for the pitch. There was only one man winning that chase.
Look at that pick up at speed. Brilliant stuff.
That was Kieran Johnson. You said 26 seconds or so to go, but by the time the kick went over, that was the hooter. Too little, too late. So it's Hull FC who are the champions, the Wheelchair Championship Grand Final winners 2019. As you can see now, the Super League Grand Final warm-ups continue. That's Leeds who are setting up for that, and we will be back, of course, for that. The Bradford play is still out there. The post-mortem continues, but Leeds are going through their preparations, so we will pause, I think, and we will rejoin you for the Wheelchair Super League Grand Final. Leeds Rhinos against Halifax. A 7 o'clock start, and we'll be back in good time to bring you that live on our league from the Rugby Football League.
Can you give us 20 please countdown for the warm-up? Wait, countdown for warm-up, how long we've got? Can you put it on thing for us? Good.
Bradford.